I'm toxic to talk about them with, and to give her like fake spoilers. It's my favorite. That's my new favorite. Is the fake spoiler, not the real one.
All right, all right. So I just opened up voice channels. I'm gonna show
Yay.
us in the world on Decentraland and all streams, and yeah, we can get started with today's edition
I can hear my
of
voice behind you.
well,
Oh, is that? Are
that
you?
is
Or where is it playing into the land or something?
yes, it's playing into
Yeah.
the land.
Okay, let me mute the.
Hmm.
Let me mute Decentraland.
Yep.
I
Okay.
have a really annoying voice. I really just appreciate that you guys don't
No,
call that
you
out more
don't.
often. Oh, it sounds better
I
in my head. I tell you what.
no, but that's everybody. I think everybody thinks that about their own voice. I've said this to Kim. There's like a circle of hell. If hell is real, there's a circle of hell where all you do is you listen to your own voice because
Oh,
it's so fucking painful.
I would
So I
destroy
hear
my
you.
voice.
Huh?
I
that's
would
what.
destroy my voice. Never,
You
never.
have a great voice.
No,
A
no,
great
no.
voice. But Jared too, you all have great voices.
See, I think this too. So we should all be confident.
And Mew, you were so
Excellent.
great yesterday in Spanish. Like this was
Lol.
we were so proud of you.
I mean, it helps that none of us speak Spanish, so like I can imagine it doesn't like we're all like, no,
No,
you did
no,
great.
no, no.
We're all like, he's like, not one of you speaks Spanish. How can any of you
Mary,
say I did great?
Mary,
Ma Mary was
yeah.
there, and she said Mew did fine. So I believe her.
Okay, good, good. Okay, fine, it's perfect. We have the endorsement of Mary in that case. You did great.
Wait,
Mhm, mhm.
did you do a stream in Spanish?
Well,
Yeah.
okay, so yesterday, we hosted that event with the Avatar Me. They had been like putting together a multi-metaverse event where they were going to introduce this up and coming artist, music artist from Mexico. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, he like on X, he didn't really have much of a. He had like 17 followers on X, but then I went to his TikTok. He's got like freaking 215K, and
Oh shit.
yeah, so we might actually invite him for the
Huh.
CBD 3-year anniversary to like kind of do a show over in Decentraland. Who knows? Uh, But yeah, it was kind of like a segment, like they had like a red carpet segment and like learn about the metaverse or the different metaverse platforms that are
Wait,
involved in.
red carpet IRL?
It was like
No,
yeah, no, it was like in
no,
Second
metaverse,
Life,
metaverse red
metaverse.
carpet.
Okay.
No, no, not, we're not balling that hard
I'm
yet.
picturing like Met Gala. That's what I'm picturing. People
uh,
asking like, "Who are you wearing?" Yeah.
but uh, but yeah, it was kind of just something uh introducing his name was Skinny to kind of like metaverse and different platforms and stuff like that. I think but besides all the technical difficulties, but this is only because I'm the streamer and like I know how to fix everything. Like I was just sitting there like when like I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this, but I just kept my mouth
Oh.
shut and let them run their course. Like, get their experience.
Yeah, get their sea legs.
Because like in this space, there's always like hiccups with different stuff, and it takes like you going through it all just to like be able to be better the next time.
So this is encouraging because
Mhm.
Toxic and I are doing our fight on Wednesday, and I
Hmm.
I texted. By the way, Toxic, I feel like we should prepare some like I don't know trash talking, but we're both too nice.
Yeah, I think
Like,
I think we should do some trash talking, but I'm so bad in it.
God,
Maybe
Okay,
I need
no.
someone to teach me.
how about like trash talking, but with like dad jokes kind of thing, like like dad. No, well,
Oh, I don't know. I feel like Toxic. I'm gonna be like, "You're so cool. I'd vote for you for president. Get wrecked."
man, that's like the
I
worst
That's
fate
think
gonna
ever,
be.
actually.
I
Oh my
think I
God!
would
Yeah, who wants that job?
I think my problem would be I would overdrive um like exactly what Jared did in the comments.
So I'm just gonna be crying.
Hmm,
What?
I
I
don't
thought that
know.
was a perfect. Was that too much? Was that too harsh? what was I said? Like toddlers in
can.
wheelchairs with a mud in the wheels. Yeah, that was pretty rough. I didn't feel good
Oh
about it.
God. I don't see how you could feel good about it.
No, I felt very bad about it. I didn't feel good at all.
We
But
all felt
earlier
good.
in the day, I had
That's the
said something
point.
mildly mean, and Toxic was like, "Oh, you're so mean," and then I like apologized, and then she DMs me like, "Oh, you're so easy to manipulate," and I'm like, "What?"
No, 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 no.
Oh.
I said you're so easy to guilt trap, Jared, because he was.
Hey,
I was just.
same
I was just. I
thing.
wanted. I wanted to start to fight with Master Rain, so I was writing like, "Oh, Jared, you made me feel bad, but Master Rain is the one who should feel bad because I'm gonna destroy her Red Tuesday." And then Jared was
Oh,
like,
This
"Oh
is
my
some
God, Toxic,
WWE shit talking.
I'm so sorry. Your video is so great." And
Oh
yeah,
yes. I saw this.
and then I just got to Jared's DMs and was like, "You're so easy to guilt trap," and
Lol.
it's true. I am indeed easy to guilt trip.
Okay, but we should.
We should talk about bookies.
yes,
The reason why we're here.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I just put an image of the book on the stream on the top left, so
Oh,
everyone can see the book that we just finished completing.
Honestly, book is a stretch. I feel like short, slightly long short story feels like more appropriately titled.
Yeah, or like novella, which I
Novella.
super appreciate. After Jared, you gave us the mother of all textbooks.
Ex-
So
Excuse me, but do you know how long a novella is?
no.
It's very long. It
Oh,
spans out
oops.
I
through
think you're like
like
a telenovela.
many accents. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But okay, you had an initial question that you wanted to ask me about this book.
Yeah, like why this book?
Well, it kind of the decision came from me feeling bad because
Oh,
okay.
are you easy to guilt trip too, Sinful? Maybe this has all been a Machiavellian plot from Toxic
oh
Waifu.
my
it,
God, jeez.
it's all been part of the plan. But
Mm,
because okay, when we first started doing this, I wasn't like fully aware of the concept that Massa Waynes was doing. Like every month, like one of us picks a book, and so then it had been the second book that Toxic was. It was her turn, and she had chosen Ready Player Me or Ready Player One, I believe. And
mm.
since I didn't know about
Wrong.
the
Wrong.
no, it wasn't that.
It was. It was.
Okay,
How
It
was
was.
it?
so no, but then this is
We
what
picked
happened. No,
what's it called?
this,
Something crash. Snow crash.
yeah, no. Well, let me continue.
Okay.
So then, like, since I didn't know what was going on, I kind of just started like blaring out, like, oh, well, like, yeah, like we all know Ready Player One. I mean, there's also Snow Crash, and then started naming. I named Snow Crash, and then I felt like almost that may have influenced Toxic's like decision
I
to
forgot this part of the lore. You are right. I forgot.
to kind of choose the book. So I felt bad, and I wanted to pick a book together with Toxic, because like technically I may have picked our second book.
Hi, that's so cute.
And then I was like, that I because I didn't understand how we're doing this in first as well. I was just like, oh, okay, we need a book for a metaverse book club. Let's go for like Snow Crash or Ready Player One because this is obvious. And then I was like, oh my God, but we can actually read books. Like Jared made us read, Wheel of Time with 1,000 and what about pages. And I was like, oh my God, okay, next time we're gonna read the book that I choose. I want to choose one that means a lot to me. And then Sinful said I could choose his book for this month, and yeah, so I choose Gwendy Spartan Dogs.
Wait, so you said this book means a lot to you?
So, I can hear Massa Wayne's going, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't rip this book quite as hard as
No,
I
no. I want to know like why.
Tell him some lore.
My lore, I should tell you my lore. Okay. So I read this book a few years ago when I was very young, I would say still. And I don't know, it was after I read many books of Stephen King, and so it was for me just obvious to read this book too. And I didn't expect much, to be honest. And you can hear in the book club building, you can see how the German cover of the book looks, and I think it looks so much better than the
I
English
totally agree.
version. And I had this book quite a long time sitting on my desk, didn't read it. And then one day I started reading it, and I was like, "Sheesh, this." It's. I think the whole story. It's kind of creepy. It's kind of whataboutism, I would say. So what's happened if I do this? What happened about that? And it just resonates very with me at a young age because maybe is it okay for everyone who hasn't read the book if I tell what's going
Yes,
on
yes,
there?
yes.
Okay, so
Spoiler
for
alert,
every
guys. We will be spoiling the books for anyone eavesdropping.
Yes.
so the story follows Gwendy Patterson. She's when the book starts, she is like a 12-year-old girl who during the summer of the 1970s meets a strange man in a black coat and a hat on the suicide stairs in Castle Rock. And everyone who likes Stephen King knows Castle Rock and the suicide stairs. And
Oh, really? Are those that's a reoccurring thing in his
yes,
books?
yes, it's
Cool.
something that's this is really nice. So the dude is called Richard Ferris, and he offers her a beautiful wooden box that has 7 colored buttons and 2 levers. And yeah, so one of the levers dispenses chocolate truffles that improve like her intelligence,
The
her
magic.
health, yeah, and her
But also
self-control
people
and
around
stuff like this.
her.
Yeah. And the other dispense like silver dollars. I think they're called Morgan silver dollars,
Yes.
and they're quite expensive. And yeah, the 7 buttons in the box represents the continents. Pressing one might cause a catastrophe, and yeah, there's a red button, and it has an unknown power, I would say. So this is the book we have read, and much is going on there.
Yes, a
I
lot happened like in such a little book. Go ahead, Dana.
Yeah.
well, I was shook at how much was packed into this book in such a short
Mhm.
amount of time. And then when it finished, I felt empty inside.
Yeah. Dana,
So-
there are 2 more books. There are 2 more books.
no, I know. I learned this and I want to read them.
Dana, I almost feel like the emptiness comes from the feeling that you may have missed something, like maybe like a deeper meaning to the book. I don't know. I haven't figured it out myself. Like,
No,
but
I
I also feel
know.
empty.
I feel like that too. Also, I was like so invested in
Yeah.
Gwendy having like a good ending. And like the ending was these like I have so many mixed emotions about the ending. But
Well, there are 2 more, but 2 more books, so maybe that'll make a more satisfying ending by the time you get there. But I do agree, it does feel like it kind of yada through a lot of the stuff, and then abruptly you're like, "Oh, and it's over."
I don't want to
yeah.
do the Jared and spoiler everything. Yeah, Jared, I'm talking to you because you're spoiling everything for Wheel of Time in the end
I
to
didn't
me.
spoil it. Perrin didn't die. I didn't spoil anything.
Ashish, please, Jared. So, but the second book and the third book, it's this level of emptiness that you're feeling right now is perfect for the other books because everything gets solved in such a satisfying way. But I know we're talking
Okay.
about the first book, but I
Well,
highly
this gives me
recommend
hope.
them too.
But did I think like also because when I was reading how these books came into be, there wasn't going to be a second or a third book.
Yeah.
So I feel like I read this, and if we're like looking at it as a complete entity, like in its own, I just think it's really interesting that we all feel like, I don't know, because it's like I wrote down this is a very good horrible story because I felt like creepy and nervous the whole time, but I couldn't figure out why. So, I don't know if like anybody else
It's
felt
like
that way.
it's like because it's like because you don't know is like the guy that's coming, Richard Ferris. There's someone that reads Stephen King more often knows this dude. He comes in many different shapes, and I've read so many books where he is kind of where he's a protagonist too, and you never know, is he good or is he bad? This is you will never know. You can't figure this out. He's just there and he's doing what needs to be done. So in this book, his only purpose is to give this box to Gwendy at this special time. So and it's kind of creepy.
I think
yeah.
part of the reason we all feel like the book is missing something is that we just came from the Wheel of Time, where Robert Jordan, like he will, they're like the way when this yada yada is being like, oh, I'm a freshman now, I'm
Blah
going into
blah
high school.
blah. Robert Jordan
Like
chill. Blah blah
Robert
blah.
Jordan would have had 800 pages between her getting the button box and her like getting to her first day at middle school, so. Like
No,
the
but
entire series of
also-
Wheel of Time takes place over like 2 years.
Jared, despite your persistence to make this a Wheel of Time book club, it will not be. I hate to tell you that.
I'm just saying that I think that the thing most of us had just read, it's so rich, there's so much detail being infused. We had all come to expect that level of just
Oh my God.
tedious details.
I
Okay,
just
And
want
now
to
when, like-
I already promised Jared to speak at least 30 minutes at the end of the book club with him about Wheel of Time. Because honestly, I need that 30 minutes because I have read like 3 books in the meantime. So
oh my God. Yeah, wow. Jared, your plot, it could not
Maybe
have
it's
been
working
more
after all,
successful.
that's the way.
Yeah.
please let's focus on Grandy's button box because I'm so
Okay,
eager to hear what you think, and if you have like, I don't know, gave this book something to you? Like, did you?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
when I was a younger girl, I don't know, I felt so much relation to this book because I think it's very important in the early years when becoming an adult. I think this is for everyone.
Girl.
Like,
Oh,
that
the
you
flashbacks
struggle.
of being a
Yeah.
teen girl. It was like painful. That's
Yes.
like, yeah. So I think reading this when I was going through, like, how your friendships change in high school
Yes.
and how you get your first boyfriend, like when guys start being creepy, just like, I don't know, there's so many things. I was like, God, I just hope Gwendy makes it out and like she has a great life. And then it ended and I was upset.
Yeah. I guess I can speak to that one. When reading, I was like, huh, so this is what being a high school girl is like, or
God, it's
Because
so
I also could remember my time as a high school girl, and I thought,
yeah.
yes,
So this is what
I
it must
should
be
have also
like.
caused more.
This is what it must be like.
Maybe the wrong target group. Okay, so but
no, but
honestly,
like I
I
think
think
there's. Oh, you go.
no, you go, Dana.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think there's also things about it that are just like essentially teen. Like, doesn't matter like if you're femme or male or non-binary. Like, there are things that you go through as a teen that just suck. Like transitioning to a new school and like your friend groups all get mixed up. That experience, I think, is just universal. And when that was happening to her, I was like, ugh, I feel for you.
The part with
Oh, speaking of new
Olive.
friends, why is Josie from Josie and the Pussycats in this story? And does the author or Stephen King have beef with her because she kind of comes off as a bitch?
I
No,
think
but
Stephen King has
Olive-
beef with many people.
What Sinful was saying.
Oh yeah,
That
with
was
Olive.
rough.
Oh yeah, that was rough. That was rough, especially with kind of the end of Olive's story. Like how like Wendy's like walking by. I what was it through the dorms? Can't remember the location, but she asked like someone like, "Oh, what's going on?" And the girl just says, "Oh, some girl just like killed herself, like whatever."
Mm.
And
Yeah, that was Josie from Josie and the Pussycats.
oh, that was Josie. Okay.
Classic bitch. What the hell?
But yeah, that kind of that one does hit. That part does hit. Like as
Mm.
a teenage experience, especially like you go through life, you get so many you meet so many people, and with some of those you like bond way more than you do with others. Like you grow up with them, and then just the simple transition from, like, let's say elementary school,
Yes.
middle school, or even middle school to high school, like it's just so drastic
Mm.
that
That's like what it did for me is it bubbled up like the experience of growing up in elementary school and everything is like very simple. You feel like the world is your oyster and then realizing like God, life is actually really hard and I'm not sure that I'm
Mm.
down for this.
Yeah.
I still say that to myself, actually.
I know.
Life is hard. Life is really hard. Like growing up is hard. I didn't expect this when I was in Gwendy's age, like 12 years old. As Dana said, the world is your oyster. You think you can achieve everything that you want just by doing your best. And at one point in your life, it comes that you just understand that there are borders, that there are doors that are closed for you, maybe, and stuff like this. And life is more about um, how you challenge yourself to how you handle those closed doors and not that you can open them, and I think this is the book really good portrays this in my taste. But maybe I'm crazy. I don't
No,
know.
I think that that's very true. And like I don't know, something about the box and like
Mm,
it being a thing that you can use to get whatever you want. But then this is gonna sound like word salad, but then like the thing that you want might not be good. Or like
yeah,
you think like, oh, once I have this thing, like even like Gwendy, like once I'm thinner, once I'm like the captain of the whatever team, once I have like great grades, like then it'll be enough. But like she's never completely satisfied. She's always stressed.
yeah.
She's always like looking over her shoulder. So I feel like that
And
feeling,
this is so true, like when I was 16, the
yes,
only
it
thing I was yeah, the only thing I was interested in is how I look. And I think this is typical for women in that age, that you think, um, I need to be healthier, I need to have more muscle, I need to be skinnier, I need to be more thicker in the right places. My hair needs to be longer or brighter or whatever. And all these problems, once you kind of tackle them, and maybe you're at the point where you could be satisfied with this, the next problems occur. And I think this is, yeah, maybe the
it's
book
too
is a little
real.
bit about, yeah, and maybe the book is a little bit about being grateful for what you already have, because I think this is a very valuable lesson that you should be grateful. Because when I was 16, I never thought about my health much. So there was just, I want longer hair, I want to look more emo, something like this. I need this specific dress to feel like I can be the human that I want to be, and stuff like this. And once I get older, um, I don't know. I think Randy has grown in the book with the box. And what I want to ask you all is, if you had the chance, would you take such a box, or would you run away? If someone came to you and said, "Hey, here's a box. You have mysterious silver dollar plopping out, and I don't know, chocolates that make you skinny and make you smart and stuff like this. But there are 7 buttons you are not allowed to press because I don't know, something
This
really
made
bad
me
could
think
happen."
of Ozempic and also that movie
Oh,
that just came
sheesh,
out,
yeah.
the Substance. Jared, have you seen The
Mm.
Substance?
I have not seen the
You're
substance.
like I feel like you're a resident cinephile. You bring up references, and I'm like, how do you like? No one talks about that movie. um, yeah, I feel like it depends on what age you are and how
Mm.
fully developed your frontal lobe is.
Yeah. totally like it's totally thinking about this. So I found it very interesting when Gwendy at one point she just pushed a button because she wanted to see what's happening, and then something really bad happens.
The
I
cult.
think it was
The
yeah, the
cult.
cult. I'm from Germany, so I only read a little bit about it in the news. But I think it was a big thing happening in the USA, if I'm not wrong. Or where did
There's
it happen?
still people
No, it
say
was in
drink the
Guyana.
Kool-Aid.
Yes,
But in the
I
US,
saw.
like there was a big impact because there was a lot of people that like had connections to I don't know, the US we have like weird culty tendencies. So yeah, I don't know. Like there that shocked at least in the US, like the media, there was a lot of coverage of Jonestown.
I just saw a few documentations on this case, but it was crazy that something like this is in the book, like this first wall that got shattered in this moment. Like, okay, so Gwendy is real and she was really there in the 70s pressing that button, and then something really bad happened. Like, sheesh. This
Yeah,
I
the
don't
way
know.
that he connected it to the real events
real
of the
world,
world was crazy. I was not expecting that that drop.
Me neither. This is why I kind of love the book, because it has so many unexpected things happen. And on the other hand, everything is so linear. Like you can see where it's going, where it come from, and
Wait, but also the reaction, I was like so happy when Gwendy realized like Jonestown potentially was her fault and she was horrified. I was so worried that it was going to be one of these stories where like the person is like I don't know if any of you watch anime, but Death Note, when like he starts writing names in the book and like bad guys start dying and he's like, then I'll cure the world of all the bad guys. Like I was worried it was going to be one of those where like she's like, I'm murdering bad people, so it's okay. And then, her soul dies, like she becomes like so I was like, yay, like thank you for not being soulless. Like that was horrible.
Well,
You shouldn't
now,
have that much power.
well, now I know I can send my anime suggestions over to Dana for review.
Girl,
hey,
yes.
let's read an anime together, please.
I-
This would be awesome.
I freaking love anime. That's like basically almost sometimes all I watch. But
Oh my god, yeah, I love you. This was a great discovery.
Yes.
Can we please make an anime club?
Yes, please.
Girl, I've been waiting.
I'll tell my sister to join.
But not
Yeah.
you.
No, she's the anime nerd.
She's Jared. You made us read. You made us read Book of Time, Wheel of Time, so you can be in an anime club.
Yes.
So please
I mean, I'm not like strictly against it.
don't ask me much, Jared. Like I have already spent like $120 on the books.
It'll be quality
That's
time.
kind of
It'll be quality time with sis too. We got it. We'll talk about an anime club in the future.
Jared is convinced.
Yep, we're but yes, I also kind of got that feeling, Dana, that like it is like this newfound power going to just completely corrupt a nice girl, or
Yes.
or will she question it and fight against it? Which, I mean, in a way, she sort of did. Like for like examples that I can think of, I think after the cult, she kind of like fell ill a little bit, as well as like even after Olive committed suicide. She kind of like fell ill and like there was a comment made where like her parents thought it was due to the trauma and sadness of the loss, but in reality she knew it was the side effects of the box.
It's like a little bit if she had Pandora's box, like I think like she's given this very powerful tool and kind of must decide whether to open it to resist the temptation. And I try to think, is this maybe just a metaphor for what power is in real life? Because if you have power, you need to decide, are you going to use it for the best or for the worst? And I think most people, I would say all the people, everyone always thinks they are doing something good. Even if they're doing something bad, I think deep in themselves, they think this is something good to do. And
Yeah, because
maybe
you
it's
gotta
about,
cope.
yeah,
Well, yeah, the
you
thing
need
they
to
teach you
cope.
in film school and like as a director is like, like if you're trying to cast an actor, like no one ever thinks they're the bad guy. You don't go to the actor to be like, okay, listen. So
Mm.
like right now you're like trying to kill kittens because you just want to see people hurt. Like that's not no one's motivation in life is like, I just want to hurt kittens. Like
No, but
no,
maybe
this is
you
so
are sick.
true.
Yeah, but I think this is something to maybe you're sick. You don't see kitten hurting at something bad. It's obviously it's bad, but maybe you're just sick and you don't see this as something bad that's happening. And maybe you're the good guy because you have more power than those damn kittens you want to kill. I really think that everyone always thinks they are doing not so bad at all. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I
And
love Jared. I love that you bring that up as like a. That's actually fascinating. I didn't know that like when you are the bits of information that you drop about cinema, I'm always like, oh, this is like I never knew this. But I feel like yeah, even the bad guys in the book, that makes me think about like I actually see what's his name? Richard Ferris, right? That's the
Mhm.
I actually see him as the bad guy. But
Right.
I know that like he probably gave Gwendy the box because she would be a better person to give the box to than like a different person.
yeah, he needs to give the box to people, and he is the one who kind of is allowed to choose it, who gets the box. And I think at one point he said, I think it was near the end, that Gwendy was very responsible with the box, even if she has pressed the button. That makes me think how many other people had that box and pressed more buttons just to see, the world burning and stuff like
Maybe
this.
the Hiroshima nuke and the World War II
Yeah,
nuke was part of
yeah,
someone
yeah.
pressing the box. Or.
Yeah. I had the same thought.
Like it's crazy. So, and I think real life is kind of like this. Someone is doing things to let bad things happen. Maybe it's not obvious like a button, but for bad things to happen, people needs to take action to really do it. So even the worst things that happened in history, at one point, human needs to make a decision to go this way, and I think it's just crazy. Humans are crazy.
Yeah, that's a really like I hate that that's true. That's a really like shit thing to just be true about the world.
Mm,
But
There
it
it
really
is.
is.
I have no follow up.
sometimes or like at times I kind of started thinking of like maybe like what could the author's like religious views be, and kind of compared to like what the what was his name, Richard, the guy
Richard
that
Harris,
the guy that uh gave the box to
Gwendy.
Gwen. Yep. So yeah, like what he could be, what type of entity,
Mm, mm,
or and like
Oh
based
yeah.
based on his
He's
beliefs.
definitely like a celestial being or something. He's got like power.
Mm, I mean, could be, but in the other end, it's like the box brings so much evil. It's like
Yeah.
what and then that like if it's a celestial being, like let's say and it's giving an evil box, then what could that box be in turn? Like I don't know. I'm getting very very
No,
philosophical.
I know. This
I
is a
love
good
it.
question. I love this.
I have maybe a little bit background info on this. So, Richard Ferris, we see him in another book from Stephen King. It's called Needful Things, and it's a really Really great book,
Same
but
name?
it's even bigger. Needful Things.
Like
Need,
no, but
need,
like
need,
he shows up with like the same name as Richard Ferris.
he changes the name a
Ah,
little bit in every book, but at one time he's called Richard Ferris there.
okay.
So it is him. And so the book is called Needful Things. And I know, Sinful, you are a Rick and Morty fan. So there is one episode of Rick and Morty that is kinda about Richard Ferris, and it's the episode where shit, how's the girl called again? In Rick and Morty, the sister.
Mm,
Oh, Summer? Not
Oh,
Summer, no.
Summer. Summer has makes an internship at this shop by this guy that's the devil. You remember this, maybe, Sinful? The
mm,
episode?
I don't think I can. I don't think I have that in my archives,
Shit.
or I can't think of it
Shit.
right now. I'm very high.
Okay. So in Needful Things, it's said you that this guy is the devil, but he's not. But everyone thinks that he's the devil, comes to town to bring people this cursed thing. So you go
Oh.
to his shop.
Hmm.
Yes, you go to his shop and you buy like I don't know, like some teacups, and the teacups, they make you, when you drink out of them, they make you very pretty. But in the same time, every time you drink out of it, someone dies. I
Yep.
don't know, stuff like this. So, and
They
he's
call
the
that the
one that's
monkey's paw, I think, in cinema. Like the thing that, like, it's you make a wish and then
Yes,
the
yes,
worst
yes.
possible version comes out of it.
yeah, can be. So, and yeah, and this is the role of Richard Ferris in Needful Things. He comes to towns. He set up his stores and he's selling the stuff that is people giving them what they deeply wish for, but everything comes with a price. This is kind of the the story behind it.
I'm
So
gonna throw out another anime reference. Equivalent
okay.
exchange.
Yes, yes, full metal alchemy, of course. The key to alchemy. Okay, so
Yes.
45 adapter on the Twitch stream says the box has to have some crazy power over the mind, I would say.
Hmm.
Ooh, I like this take.
I
Because
wonder, yeah.
she gets like mentally, she gets like sick.
Hmm.
Like she has like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
And
mean, during the times, I don't know if this would be like kind of like a normal shift into teenagehood, but like she changes as a person. But I don't know if that could be due to like, cause like, okay, I'm not trying to be insensitive here, but like we've all known the girl like in elementary school that
How
she
insensitive.
no, that you know she was fat, right? She was fat in elementary school, let's say, but then by the time she gets in high school, she's a dime piece. Y-
mm,
So like I don't know
Do
if
we
that
all know that girl? I went to a very
no.
small school. I don't remember the
Oh,
particular person.
okay, so maybe I was just one of the lucky ones to see this. But but like I've never studied this girl or anything, but like kind of like to think of like, did she change like the way her own way of being as she you know developed into a woman? I guess we can call it. I guess girls can talk about this more than I can. I don't know
Do you mean like, um, wait, how does this tie back to the book?
Hmm?
Where were you going with the
Oh,
book, and it connects to like this?
oh,
My brain went to space. I
kind of
blame my
like
ADD.
no, kind of like would her way of thinking as she got skinnier and prettier, as Gwen got skinnier and prettier, would
Oh,
would the way that she became be a byproduct of the box, or would it be just a byproduct of her getting prettier and more confident?
yeah. I view that as like like really sad, toxic. Also, like feel free to jump in. I view that as like a really sad byproduct of the world, that like you just start to realize that like part of being a woman is part of being a woman is your value in the world is inherently tied to how you appear. Would you say that that's fair, Toxic?
I would say it's fair.
Yeah. So
I
I
think
like
that's true for everyone. It's just worse for women.
oh, that's very true, Jared. No, yes, I think that's very true. But I think like her changing the way that she acts is like her realizing I have a certain amount of power based on how I look. So like I'm trying to use this power in my context to get the things that I want at the cost of my friendships.
And I think this
And
is something that is very important in today's time. I think.
yeah, I agree. This
Like
was
with sorry.
you go.
I wanted to say with social media, like everyone can look on their pics like supermodels and whatever, you know, with filters, everything is possible, and you have this picture of yourself. I think young women tend to see themselves when they see social media. They think, okay, this is me, and you know, especially in online dating and stuff like this, it's like a woman gets so much attention, and I think nobody is explaining to young women how they that maybe this is not the best thing to happen, to get so much
Yes.
because it kind of ruins your personality, if this is the correct way to say, because it can be overwhelming and you think you are way better than everyone else because I don't know, you have like 80 guys in your DMs and stuff like this, and this is something that needs to be addressed to young girls, how to to cope with this. I don't know, it's a hot topic, I think.
I like when I was this is like so funny that our brains went to the same place, Toxic, because when I was reading about this, I was also like, this is without social media. Like social media
Yeah.
doesn't exist in this universe. But I was
Mhm.
thinking about like if Gwendy had an Instagram and
Yeah.
like what that would have done to her ego if like
Mhm.
and I like hate that for her. I think like one of the things that I hated the most about Gwendy's arc was that like she thought that she needed to like change her body and the way she looks to get the things that she wanted in life. And I don't know if it's like not true. I don't know if it's not true that like you need to look a certain way to, and this is like
But
in
even-
general for people like
But even
like-
the worst thing about it is, even if you look good and if you are young and stuff like this, when you're in a position of power, sometimes exactly this can be not good for you. You know, like yeah, sometimes being maybe young and being seen as pretty from the outside, when you try to when you have a job with much power, for example, and you need to work with mostly people that are maybe sheesh, this is hard to talk about, but like when you're working with like older men, for example, it's hard to for them to see your value and not just how you look on the outside. This is the other part of the coin, and I think Gwendy has not gone through this in book 1. I think in book 2, this is more picture that her great looking and everything is kind of something that stops her from achieving things, because people see you, they put you in a in a drawer. Is
I put you in
right?
a box,
in a box.
ironically.
They put you in a box, yeah. So they put you in a box, and then you can come out of it because maybe you are too I don't know, maybe your hair is too blonde, or maybe you have too much makeup on, or I don't know, many reasons why
And
someone
like
could
how did
expect you to
Stephen
be.
King do this so well? I think that's what I like when I was reading this
It's
book, that's what I
crazy,
kept
yeah.
thinking about was like, God, how did you like I mean, I don't I'm actually unfamiliar with Stephen King. This is my first Stephen King book.
He's a very old
Same.
white man, and he's so good with portraying young girls, and I don't know why.
Well, guys, let's not forget that. I mean, I've never read the book yet, but I have had it explained to me by YouTube, where there's like the coming of age for the group, where the young woman in that and just has an orgy with all her male friends in a sewer. I think maybe let's not give Steven too much credit. There are some flaws in his understanding of what may or may not make you feel as though you have come of
Wait,
age.
is that an It?
Yeah, in it there's apparently there's
Yeah,
an
I have
orgy
heard
of
this.
14-year-olds having an orgy in a sewer, and I don't know, that's pretty wild.
Wait, you didn't have an
Obviously, it
orgy
tested-
as a 14-year-old in a sewer?
Crazy. I'm just thinking about the sanitariness of this. Like, okay.
Like, if I'm not here to kink or slut shame anyone who wants to be sexually free,
Right,
but in a
right.
sewer, I will shame you all day. That's nasty, girl. Have some self-respect.
I will shut up now. Okay,
Oh.
No,
Okay,
You
but
don't need-
that's right. Like Stephen King, he is a little bit of problematic, and there are talks. I think 2 years ago, there were many people that talked about him, and maybe if he is too interested in the mind of young girls and stuff like this was totally something that was very discussed under people that love to read his books. I think, and I really don't know what's going on in Stephen King's head because, as I said, I read many books from him, and some of them are so crazy, like literally crazy. There's one book that I really loved, but I would never ask anyone to read it because it's like so freaking dark. And after I finished
Misery?
reading,
It sucks as
no.
read.
Wait, I need to Google how it's called in English. Please continue talking.
This, I feel like the longer time goes by, we all like have to come to grips with how our heroes are just all flawed humans, and some of them actually suck, which I hate.
Also, like,
that's
I would-
been the case.
writing a little bit, being a little too much thought in like the mind of a person writing about it is like pretty low on the creep scale, I would say. Like, you know, like
It's true.
Are we
like,
being...
oh no, he spends too much time thinking about like what it would be like to, you know, embrace your womanhood. Like it's not like he fucked a 14-year-old in a sewer.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
Would be horrific.
Unlike what's his name? Oh my god, Neil Gaiman. Fucking creep.
That's I stumbled on that like last month. They're like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Secondary question: are we being creeps trying to dig into the mind of Stephen King?
God.
Yes. That's a dark place. That's a dark place. I found the book. It's called Revival. And
Rival?
Oh shit. Revival.
Revival, like.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, she shared it in the chat here in the general.
Revival. It's kind of hard to pronounce for German. Maybe just for me.
Oh
I'm
yes,
not sure.
yes, Revival.
And also right above that, I posted something that I think the group would enjoy. Some dudes invented a new game called Shock Basketball.
You posting the W's?
Yes. I think this is like the exact game that men, if you put like 6 men together, this is like exactly what you get, the byproduct.
Okay.
So what game?
Which kind of
Dudes
gets
posting the W's. Oh no, someone's got electrocuted, aren't they?
Yes.
I love it. Ah shit.
They line, so I think I caught it. They line up. If the shooter misses, the shooter gets shocked. If the shooter hits, everyone else gets shocked.
God.
Sheesh. Dude friends are too funny. This is great. I love it.
I'm not good enough at basketball to play that.
So basically when I saw that the reason why I shared it is because of like kind of like what we lightly spoke about earlier. Like I was like saying like I really don't know the mind of a a woman like growing up and stuff like that. But that fucking relates to me. Like that right there. I saw that and I knew exactly how they came to that position. The-
Oh my god!
Wait,
Next,
but
I
like,
want to read a book about how it is to be a
yes,
teenage boy, please.
uh,
yes.
we'll have to
Also,
find a book.
to
I want to
be
understand the
a teenage
development here.
boy and being able to like, I was saying this to my husband the other day, like being able to eat just a shit ton of food and then still be hungry and eat a shit ton of food again. Like, God, I want that. I want to inhabit a teenage. This is ready. This is gonna sound so creepy.
No,
I want to
totally
inhabit
understand.
a teenage boy's body for a day just so I can eat like them. Like that's what I want to do.
Oh my
There'd
god.
be
You know,
way more jerking
I
off than you're
feel it.
prepared for.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel
Well,
it
well,
so
that's
much,
the thing.
Dana.
Well, that's why we eat so much. I mean, we gotta
Oh,
get back the energy after.
I'm
I can bring it.
dead.
I can actually make mild. I can give you what it's like to be a teenage boy while still stuck in the man of an adult body, and tie into the book we were reading because I listened to the book 3 times, and all 3 times there's a line where her friend says to her, "God, you're gorgeous. You're gonna have to beat the boys off with a stick." And every time that line happens, I think to myself, she'd have better luck if she used her hands.
I feel it.
And the fact that the ladies didn't laugh is exactly
I,
exactly
I, Jared, you said that, and I was like, wait, I don't get it.
Exactly.
And
You're not prepared for your lunch date as a dude.
I was there 100%, Jared. I knew the mission. I understood the
I like
assignment.
this. I like this 2-on-2. This is great.
Well, usually Jared and I are outnumbered here, aren't we?
Yeah, Decentraland is the only like corner of the metaverse where it's like everyone's always like, we need more women in Web3. I'm like, guys, I don't know, man. Like Decentraland is
Lol.
plenty.
I'm
Like
thinking
it's pretty
all the
full.
time. Yeah, I think this so often when I see many things like on X where it's mentioned that in Web3 that they are no woman and stuff like this, and I see graphics where we can see that from people that are in communities of Web3 communities that women are not many there, and I just think, sheesh, come to the Central Land. We are so this is so good. I don't say it's better or whatever. I think it's very we have a good harmony here in the Central Land. I feel like there are men, there are women, and everything in between, and we are just. It doesn't feel like a man fest. It doesn't feel like a girly party, but it feels like a shared space, and kind of everyone here respects that, and I love this. Like there
Yes.
was last week there was someone in the Central End, and I didn't remember what he was saying, but one of our friends that is here right now said, "Please, dude, respect. We have some ladies here," and I was like, "Yeah, this this is the vibe. This is just the vibe in the Central End. We take care of each other, and we respect our that we're all different, and that we all kind of have." Our own needs and stuff like this, and I just love that we all take care of each other, and this is something
more
nice.
heady?
It was multi.
Oh, we love more heady.
Love you.
Multi is awesome. Like all our friends here are awesome. We are very lucky.
Yeah, this is so true.
So
Yeah,
okay, we
okay.
just talked about how it is to be a teenage girl and just eating apples for 6 months and stuff like this. So you can buy the newest G-Star raw jeans, because I had a very, I don't know. Do you know G-Star raw jeans? Is this
No.
something?
G-Star World Jeans.
G-Star. This is a brand, G-Star,
Oh, raw
and they are
jeans.
G-Star raw jeans. This is the brand, and they only came in like size 0. And
Oh, fuck
all
that.
my friends and I, we starved ourselves to get into those jeans, and when we got in them, we felt like like supermodels. But this was so
But also
bad.
you were
It
like,
was
oh, the ice cream that I could have eaten.
now
was
I'm
thinking-
thinking like
I was thinking Toxic was gonna say once we got into those jeans, we felt empty.
That's also what I was waiting for.
we felt so good. This was the problem because my very young brain learned back then that eating apples for 6 months and going on a walk for 2 hours and more each day
That's a
is
lot
the
of
way.
fiber. That's a
Yeah.
lot
Oh
of
man,
fiber.
I can actually
It
relate
was
to this. I graduated high school like close to 300 pounds. In college, in my freshman year, there was an eating like there was workshops you get for like a credit. So I was like, so why someone take a whole class? I could do a weekend and get 1 credit, do 3 of those. One of them I took was an eating disorders workshop for like a psychology credit, and like everyone like and the whole workshop was women who had recovered from eating disorders and me like taking notes to be like, oh, if I eat ice cream, that'll help my throat for bulimia. Noted, thank you. So so yeah, I can absolutely somewhat relate to the idea of just starving yourself. That said, I did go from like almost 300 to like 190 in way too quick a time frame. But as a as a 19-year-old
God,
man, I think
dude.
it's a little bit better than as a 15-year-old woman, probably.
I think I may have had a personal phase sort of like that, but I was 12 years old, going into like middle school and shit like that. I was like I was chubby like in elementary school, sort of fat, and like I guess like the group around me kept calling me fat ass. So
Oh, sheesh.
so like
Oh,
one.
you
I
had a
hate
Goodyear
them.
experience.
Yeah, yes, I actually had a decent experience. Very light compared to other boys. But I guess like in between the summer and I don't know, just started like just working out and eating a lot less to the point where I got like one day I got sick. But I got
Mm.
really skinny though.
Yeah. This is
I'm just like
this is
all these
shit talk,
stories,
right?
and I'm wondering like who is starting this? Like what
It's the
societal
button box.
factor?
I just want to say what helped me breaking this cycle was that I can't. This is really something that helped me. I know maybe it sounds silly, but what helped me to escape this is that I became an emo and that I like goth style.
Yes.
because one minute after the other when I decided, okay, I want to look different than the other girls, the beauty standards they had, they didn't count for me anymore. So I could just dye my hair black and stuff like this, and just wearing black every day, and this kind of helped me to recover from many shitty things that I experienced in my younger years. So
Same. I also
uh,
was a scene kid, and like
yeah,
the punk underground world, they were just all not very focused on like fitting a mold of appearance. It was like, how can we be the most nth or of like whatever the thing is? So like, bright
just
purple
different. Yeah.
jeans, like I don't know, all these things
Yeah.
that weren't like which also was funny because then scene kid style became like Vogue, which
Yeah.
which was a little annoying. But like, yeah, same toxic. The subculture saved me.
The scene has saved me, and it's still like that. I don't know. Like 15 years later, I still like to wear the style,
Yo,
just
same.
because. I was thinking, shouldn't I grow up? Because someday everyone should grow up, right? But I just came to the conclusion, and I think this would be great for Gwendy to hear, with her 12 years old, that everyone is just good as they are, and if you like stuff, just like them and be
No, I
Yes.
mostly
like.
agree with you. I mostly agree with you. But men who dress like 20-year-old skateboarders from the 90s into their 40s
Oh,
and 50s,
sheesh.
I don't know what it is, but I hate it so much. And I don't get me wrong,
Why?
I am in my like 30s, 40s not
Jared, I
that far
thought we
away, and I
don't do
probably will
kink
hate myself
shaming.
soon.
What?
Jared, no.
Dressing like a skateboarded punk in your 40s is not the same as kink shaming.
I don't know. I don't know.
A
I mean,
part of
Did you
me.
see
I guess I don't know.
how? Did you see? Did you see how? Shit. How is he called from Jackass?
Yes,
Motorcycle.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Did you see how these guys are looking? They are all looking like skateboarders in their 30s, and
Well, this is
honestly, I don't
Oh, are you
mind.
talking about
All of
bald
them.
one, not the bald short-haired one. Okay, hold on. Jackass, where are they?
I mean, there's like Steve-O.
Where are they?
There's Steve-O,
Steve-O,
Johnny
yeah.
Johnny
Knoxville.
Johnny Knoxville, thank you, Johnny
Yeah,
Knoxville.
yeah,
This
yeah.
was
No,
the man I
Toxic,
was
I
referring
have
to.
something to say about this too,
The
because
one that's
Oh, go mute.
the one that's looking rough is Bam. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah.
Bam
But I think
Margera?
it's the drug.
Yeah, he's
It's
looking
a little
really rough.
drug related, I think.
A lot of drug related.
Aww.
Yeah, after
Hmm.
after Ryan Dunn died, like he spiraled.
Sheesh.
Aww.
Yeah, you remember
Understandable,
when
to be
Ryan
honest.
died, huh?
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm looking at a photo of Johnny Knoxville, and honestly, he looks a lot more like Odd Job than he does like a skateboard punk. In this photo with his
Well,
glasses on.
Johnny Knoxville has cleaned up a lot. That's the thing. Like he was on drugs. Like all those guys were like on drugs and shit like that, and they've
You
well,
can
for
come up with Jackass without being on drugs, I think.
both
So
Yeah,
both
so
Steve-O
true.
both Steve-O and Johnny have like been doing
Mm.
better. I like as a
Have
human.
you guys
I've seen
seen
that
the what's it called? The hot ones with them?
I've seen the hot ones,
I
but I
don't
haven't
think
seen it
so.
with them.
Okay, it's adorable. It's really cute.
Okay, so Toxic, the hot ones is like this it's like a company that makes hot sauce, but they have videos on YouTube where they
Well,
like bring the
I think the hot sauce came out after the show, for what it's worth.
Did it? Okay.
But yeah, it's a show actually. The company, the overall company is called First We Feast, and then the Hot Ones was like their most successful show. But it's a sweet interview show though, where they just eat hot wings while interviewing your favorite celebrities. And like it's some of the best interviews
Sheesh.
you're gonna see on the internet actually.
Yeah, so true.
It-
Wait,
it-
We have
but
so
we
much
need to
more
bring it
fun
back to
things.
the book really quick.
Yes.
Because I want to know,
Okay.
like, everybody's finals. Jared, you haven't
Yes.
talked enough.
Why is it if you can hit the red button and wish for anything, she didn't, instead of saying, like obviously rotten hell go away, but hey, bring my loved one back.
Girl,
Like, where was that?
preach.
Like she just didn't. She used it so poorly. It was such a she just didn't do a good job using the tool. She
Like,
could do
that
anything.
needs to be your final move before you give it back.
Yeah, like hey, because you can wish for anything, so you can literally be like, okay, I want him to come back. He won't remember the guy was there. Everything's gonna be fine, and then that other prick just never existed. Problem solved.
Yes. Ugh, I have the same gripe.
I think it was because she didn't trust the box enough. Maybe it didn't came to her mind, And I
That's
think
fair.
Stephen King has a very bad reputation with bringing dead stuff back, like Pet Cemetery,
She doesn't. That's so meta. She doesn't know that. She's like, well, I
I
don't
know
wish
that.
to bring anyone back.
I love this.
We all know in this narrative, I'm gonna get screwed.
Gwendy,
with a zombie
you don't want
boyfriend.
Steven to help you. Yeah.
That's fair.
So I think maybe it was mostly about not trusting
The
enough.
box. That's fair. Yeah,
Right?
that's fair because it was. You're right because she only even did the thing she did out of just an emotional, instinctive reaction of "go to hell," which that moment is great. I'm like I did enjoy and then I like the way they narratively did it, where it cuts to black, and then you're like, and now I'm a graduating college, and then it's like she tells the story in retrospect. But I like that, but I also feel like maybe it's just because I don't know how we got there.
Wasn't there kind of 2 times that she did it to the same person? I forget his name. His last name was Stone, right?
Frankie
get his voice
Stoner
right?
with the
Yeah,
2-foot
Stoner.
boner.
Yes.
Well, no, she dreamed of breaking his arm. She didn't that's the
she
crazy part.
she dreamed, but then it had he was in an accident, and it just so happened to be that that same arm was broken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I
was a
don't
couple weeks
think
later.
that was because of the box.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
then
that
that's
was
what I think is
coincidence, but
interesting for the book.
it shit scared her.
But I think that's also because I feel like you guys are saying Mr. The guy's
think it
evil,
was
the
the
box
box.
is evil, but I think
I
that
don't think the box is evil.
he makes a good point. He's like listen, it's that was gonna happen, that was gonna happen. He's arguably the only thing that wouldn't have happened in your entire life up to this point if I hadn't given you this box was the boyfriend dying, because the box wouldn't have been there to bludgeon him in the head.
but
I just want to say that I don't think that the box is evil. The people that are doing evil stuff with it, and you need to pay a price for things. I think this is not evil, but about balance, So you don't wish
Equivalent
something.
exchange. Yes. I
I
understand.
think what's his name there, not Frankie, Mr. Harris. I think he's like, like there's the God, there's devil, and then there's purgatory. I feel like Mr. Harris is like the purgatory is like, he's the guy in charge of purgatory. He's just like he's
But
hanging
he
out in the
leans
middle.
heavily to hell, I think.
No, I think that I don't think that's fair because like he's clearly trying to find good people that he thinks will, be able to resist the temptation of using the box.
But
So,
he
like,
gave
I don't.
it to a
Yes, I see. Like,
teenager. I'm like, why the fuck would you put the power to destroy the world in
Yeah.
the hands
I
of a
think,
teenager?
but I think Jared is right because hell is not especially bad. If you think of hell like in a church way, then it's a place where bad people get punished, and the devil is just a fallen angel that gets to do this. Maybe he's bad, he's doing bad things, but I think just because Mr. Ferris is kind of maybe he's the devil, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I watched
Oh,
too
and to
much
bring it back to the Wheel of
Supernatural.
Time, like the wheel isn't good or bad. The wheel just is. The wheel moves. The
The
universe
wheel
exists.
wills.
So like the things just there's balance. So like just because like you have to work within a system that has evil in it doesn't mean you are evil. And maybe you have to give it to a child. Maybe you need teenagers to have the box because that's how the magic works. I don't know. The
What
magic
I can
system is
say
not
is
well explained.
what I can say is that Gwendy gets the box a few times in her life.
The box comes back. What? Are the
Box
second and third
gets
books
I hate
longer,
punished.
that for
Toxic?
her.
Well, I guess that makes a lot of sense because at the very beginning, when Mr. Ferris pulls out the box, like she like takes it as if it were hers, and like she's had it in a past life before. So I
Yes.
guess maybe that's a continuation to that.
Okay, wait. We didn't talk about the craziness of how this book started. I was so scared for Gwendy because she like comes upstairs and there's like a creepy guy like,
Yeah.
hey, honey, come sit on the chair with me.
And he
And
gets
she,
stern.
oh, it's so creepy. I was like so
Mm.
scared, and then like nothing happened. But God, yeah,
It's
I
like a
was,
level of creepiness. Yeah.
He'd also been there
yeah.
all week, she had said. Like, because I was re-listening it today, and this is the first time I'd caught, like, he'd been sitting on that bench, like, all week every time she got up to it. So, like, absolutely had, like, child predator who had been staking out his
Totally.
target for
Yes.
a week. Like, oh, like, chubby little kid gets up here every day, all fat, sweaty, and winded. I can get that. I can get that in my van, no problem.
Yeah, and then when he's like, "Oh, what? You think I'm gonna hurt you?" and then names out like, "Oh, there's like 4 adults over there. There's this and that," and like
Big
it's
old
like
red flag.
yeah, that just sounds like someone that's like been scoping out the place for this exact reason.
And then, like, he, like, quotes, like, a thing her dad says, too. Like, yeah, it's everything about it. It's absolutely, yeah. If this peeping Tom knows a shocking amount about me, I better sit next to him and eat this candy without hesitation. Oh,
So
it's a
Yeah.
magic box that produces chocolate? Gonna gobble this down. Thanks for the roof and all, sir.
Right.
I don't know if you
that's
could
what it was.
put that with chocolate or
Rufinol.
not. I have no idea.
I've been trying to figure out what it was. I was like, birth control, freaking pills, drugs. Like, what could it be? Ecstasy.
Yes.
Actually, that's revealed in the second book. All of this was just a dream she had in the back of his van. Well,
The
Oh.
easiest way out to say that you're philosophical. It was all a dream. Oh my God.
I can tell you the end of the books, what is the real end, in my opinion, is so freaking crazy.
are they longer, though?
What did you say?
Are the second and third books longer? Because the main reason I haven't jumped into
Not-
getting the second and third one yet is because like that book on tape was like $14 and it is 3 hours. It was less than 3 hours long. I
Oh,
was like,
sheesh.
that's not a good RO. I mean, I could just get the books,
No.
I suppose.
Yeah. They are a little bit longer, I would say, but they're kind of all the same. And I think everyone could have fit in one book, but maybe this is because they didn't plan to continue the story after the first book. So maybe this is why there are 3
I'm gonna
parts.
add them to my TBR, my never-ending TBR, because I'm rooting for Gwendy. I want her to have a good ending.
You're about to get a call from the company saying like, "Come on, just stop. Like, finish your books. You'll get new books. Just finish the ones you already have, please."
She's never gonna. They're just gonna sit there unread. I know what ADD. The problem is because she's ADHD. The pile's too big already. Like it's now.
Yeah,
No,
like, she
it's
gets
very
excited when she looks
true.
at it.
Now it's a
It's now a
challenge.
piece of furniture. Yeah.
I have 10
that's
more
too
10 more
real.
Wheel of Time books before I can think of anything else again.
Yeah, that's right. Because Toxic knows how to prioritize what's important.
Like this, I just want to say Wheel of Time came in the right stage of my life to me, because lately I was a little bit more sick than usual. My daily struggle. And I really have a problem with like not working and chilling. This is something that I'm not good at. But with Wheel of Time, I really can. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just laying in bed 2 hours and read the book, and this is something that didn't happen before. And I
Dude,
just want
last
to
week's
say.
Toxic Tuesday didn't happen, and is entirely my fault.
So no. Toxic Tuesday would never suffer from this. But I don't know. I kind of lost the hobby of reading when I entered the Centraland, because with my real-time job at the moment in the Centraland, and yeah, working to be able to pay for my living. This is all I have. This is all I can do right now with my condition, and I kind of just didn't have the time or just to chill to sit down and read in peace. So since 3 years, I haven't read much, and this is sad because I was a big reader. Like I read much. So, and I'm so happy to have this hobby coming back now with the Centraland, because
Yay!
yeah, it's great and I love it. So I'm very thankful for the book club.
This
Just
make
want
me
to
so
say this.
happy. The reading is like it's the best hobby, I think.
It is.
I spend so much money on books, so I'm very biased, but like yeah, I think it's so fun to like just lose yourself in a universe that your brain populates for you based on words that you either listen to or read. It's like that's
Totally.
crazy. That's so trippy that like your brain yeah, anyway. I love
And
it.
it's so trippy doing it in the metaverse, because for me, I always saw the Centraland as something, not work, but to something that I want to be professional in. So it really triggered my workaholism, I would say. So in the past few months, the Centraland has brought back so many hobbies for me, like the baking I'm doing for like the DCL cupcake for the birthday, and
Yes.
and cross stitching. These are all hobbies that I kind of lost when I started working, and they're coming back, and this is kind of, I love it.
Oh.
Yay.
Sorry. Oh, I just wanted to say that I'm very grateful for all of you.
Me too. I was so excited to chill with you guys today because I fucking miss you. My life has just been Fashion Week and I hate it. And I'm ready to just come and hang at community things again. So
Why is Fashion Week taking 2 months of your life? It's not fair.
Girl, I know. I miss just like coming to vibe. So this is like I was so excited. Anyway, this was a great conversation. I feel like I think we're at me again. I'm picking again.
When do we
You
read
picked the first one, right?
Great Gatsby?
Oh God, I fumbled the ball there. I
you
haven't
fuck-
like what?
Poor shame. You fucked it up, or you lost the Sweet Connect? We're not going to get free
No.
NFTs?
I didn't lose the Sweet Connect. I just like I haven't had like space. I'll do some digging. But also I want to pick a book.
You said it was going to be for April or May anyway, wasn't it?
What'd you say?
You said it was going to be for May, I feel like, originally, back in the...
Okay, cool. Past Dana
think
did a
that's what you
good
said.
job. I have a book. I think I want to pick Clara and the Sun. Have you guys heard of this book?
No.
It's kind of about AI and like humanity.
Okay.
So I think it will be interesting for us all to read and see how it makes us feel.
What was it called? Claire's what now?
Clara and the Sun. Yeah.
Can you share a link here?
2021.
Yeah.
Clara with a K? That's not how you spell that.
Jared, they be spelling names with all kinds of stuff these days.
It's quite
Come
beautiful.
on.
I like Clara.
I am
with
a
K.
generic white man, and this K at the start of this name is very offensive. Next, you're gonna be calling people wingdings and applesauce.
Just
Oh my god.
Pull out your gun.
But apple is actually a name.
Yeah, well, listen, Gwyneth Paltrow can go fuck herself, okay? It is not that is not a name. Was that Gwyneth Paltrow who named her Good Apple, or was it a different blonde actress?
No, it's Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah.
I was last week years old when I found out that the name Juniper is a name.
Honestly, that's better than Apple, but it's still not a good name. Juniper, that's what you make gin out of, a juniper berry. So it's a type of tree. Yeah, juniper is a tree. And that's what you make gin out of.
In Germany, we call it Wacholder.
What, juniper?
Yeah.
Wacholder.
Wacholder.
See, that would be
it's a dystopian future in which children are genetically engineered for enhanced academic ability.
I'm down.
What?
Schooling is provided entirely at home by on-screen. I'm reading the Wikipedia plot synopsis. So far, none of it seemed too spoilery.
Fucking hook me up to the machine right now.
God. Okay, so Mew will be uploading his brain.
Oh yeah.
The Clara is an artificial friend. Hopefully, that's not a big reveal at the end of the book, because it's the end of the first sentence of this description.
All right, I just got Claire and the Sun. So you better be here next month.
Yes. Oh, yay! This will be so fun. Okay,
are we doing the last Sunday or the first Sunday?
The last.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, what would work better with your schedule? Cause actually, what Fashion Weekends, like halfway through next month, right? It'll be.
Wait, this is a good question.
Yeah. Fashion Weekend's on the 14th.
Fashion Week is during Passover. It is Fashion Week on the 14th?
No, I'm sorry. My dates were fucked up.
The 12th.
It ends on the 12th.
Yeah, it ends on Passover. Okay.
The last Sunday is the 27th. Yes, cool. Okay.
Last Sunday's 27th.
Sweet.
Yep.
So yay!
How long has this been sitting on your to read list, Master? How long have you been staring at this book sitting there?
Like probably a year. That's embarrassing, but that's true.
Could be worse.
Did I hear Metal?
There's also a Josie in this book. I wonder if she's a total bitch.
Wait, what'd you say, Mew? Oh my god, Jared.
I thought I heard Metal Wolf, but I didn't. I'm tripping. So for my next read, can I pick The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith?
You can do anything.
Oh god, you say this until you actually see the book, like what it actually is.
Can you send the link, Sinful? I wanna look it up now.
Oh! This looks
the father of modern economics.
Jesus, published in 1776. I mean, why not? Why not? This is what book club is for.
It's got like 900 pages, maybe.
Totally okay. We go with it.
Oh my god.
Now Wheel of Time is the border. Dana, because of Clara and the Sun. Can you say to me how difficult it is? Because I just looked it up, and the German version costs 16 euros, and the English version costs just 9 euros. And right now I'm thinking if I should buy it should I buy it in English maybe, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's too complicated for me, you know?
No, I don't think it would be too complicated. This was listed as like a book club wow, I'm gonna sound like very snotty right now,
Arr.
but I'm gonna say this was listed by a bunch of celebrities as like book club reads, and so I feel like that means it's
Oh.
like
It is at a second grade reading level. If American celebrities can read it, you'll be fine.
If Kim
Thank you, Jared, for
Kardashian
saying
Okay.
can read this book.
I just
This book won a
I-
Nobel Prize. This book was a Nobel Prize winner. So it's hard to believe it's at a second grade reading level, having won
wait,
a
really?
Nobel
Because
Prize in literature.
I just ordered it in English.
No, you'll be good,
fuck.
Toxic. I promise you. No, you'll be good.
Okay.
If
Okay.
You can
because-
ask, and you have 3 English-speaking friends that can buddy read it with you, and we can like,
Okay.
yeah, you can always
maybe
reach out.
Maybe I will need some help from you all. But I just want to say,
Amazing.
I want to read it in English because right now it was so, Gwendy's Button Box, one of my favorite books of all time. But I had a really hard time reading it because all I wanted to do was reading Wheel of Time, and I'm guilty of that.
Oh,
And no, I think if I read it in English, maybe my brain can separate this, because
yes.
Well, yeah, because that'll appeal to your working self who wants to improve because you're trying to make yourself professional in this English-dominated landscape. You've gotta, you must suffer through the English to better yourself.
I know. But I'm reading, something really strange happened to me last week. Since we had our interview with at BTN, and the week before that was super busy. Like I streamed every day something different, and I had the Star talks and stuff like this. And I think the interview with you on Monday gave my brain the
heart
last.
attack? Yeah,
what?
my interviews usually tend to take the last brain cell from you.
Yeah, it totally took my last brain cell because on Tuesday I woke up and my thoughts were in English. This was crazy. Really, this was. I woke up and my brain was in English, and I was like, something's wrong. What's wrong?
No, Toxic. That's
yeah.
like the
You're speaking to
keystone of
yourself.
when you've learned a language.
Yeah,
That's
I
like
dreamed
what they
a few.
say.
Yeah, I dreamed a few times in English already, so I didn't thought much about it. But on Tuesday, I woke up and something was strange, and it was because my brain was in English, and I needed I think 5 to 10 minutes to figure out what was wrong, because it really was strange, and I was like,
Oh, that's
shit,
weird.
what's wrong? It was
I
totally
can't
weird.
even
and
imagine what that's like. You're blowing my mind right now because I'm so bad at languages. I can't fathom what it would be like to wake up being like,
Speaking
"Do no sé
Spanish.
quoi."
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like-
speaking Spanish and you.
No
was
me
really
gusta.
strange.
Oh
Me
my
gusta.
god.
And maybe it's a problem that when I wake up, the first thing that I do, not gonna lie, is checking Discord, checking X, and everything there's on English, and checking the forum and the DAO, what's going on. This is something that I like to do to wake my brain up. And maybe the week was too much for my German brain, and yeah, I just switched to English.
I'd recommend a new morning routine.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
yeah.
should, but I need the grind.
Objectively, I would say that all of the worst mornings I've ever had, or not, that's every time I've ever ended up in a decision that's had outstanding repercussions. Example: calling Esteban a dumb bitch has been because I've checked the. First thing I did was I'm half awake, have had no coffee, and I'm like, Esteban just tagged me to tell Rob he's a bigger threat than he is, and I would immediately jump into just no thought into the decision. So I would say you should always keep your DAO activity well after your coffee and breakfast.
This is good advice. This is solid
Solid
advice.
Still.
I'm not posting. I'm just stalking, because.
Oh, so maybe
in
Jared,
my-
you should follow Toxic's advice.
Yeah, that's exactly have to do what she's doing.
Because in my brain, it's just like, when I sleep, much happens. This is just because of the time difference, I think. But when for me it's, and I go to bed very late. But when for me it's sleepy time, for you guys it's very late in the night, and then is when the drama is happening. And too often,
Silvio's also experienced this.
yeah,
He's
too
also
often it
ended up
happens.
thinking in English.
What? Who?
Silvio's
Silvio.
also
Silvio in the
yeah,
chat. Yeah.
he said he spent 5 days with
Jeez.
his Slovenian friend, and I assumed therefore that their common language was English. So Silvio had
Yeah.
found himself thinking in English, which also I'd like to
Yeah.
just apologize to you guys because I assume our language
Oh
isn't
my
as good
God.
as either German or I believe Silvio is Italian.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Mhm.
and I feel like both of those languages are superior to English, but I could just be jealous
Crazy.
that I can't speak more than one.
I just want to say Silvio has a really great event going on. I think this week is a little break, but after this week he will continue. He's
To
teaching
DJ.
us.
What?
Yeah, he's teaching us to DJ, and he's really good in
He's
teaching.
teaching?
Let's
Yeah.
go.
He has
I'm
there is a software that's called Tractor, that is free to download, and
People are
you
so
can use it.
cool.
Yeah, it's awesome because he explains it really easy that you can follow, and
Oh
it,
my
it
god.
We
it's
went to
awesome.
with the CBD. We one of the spots we stopped at was Silvio's parcel where he's
Mhm.
got his stream setup going on. So
ABC, yes,
ABC.
yeah, I meant to say ABC. I
that's
said
really.
CBD.
Your brain chose different letters.
It's totally the same thing. It's definitely just like when you wake up thinking in a different language. It's so similar.
Oh. Guys, Mew! Oh my god, this is for you. Do you know that Princess Mononoke was remastered and it's in theaters right now?
Really? No, I did not know.
I'm literally getting in a car in 10 minutes to go see it in an IMAX.
Oh my god.
That's pretty cool.
Am I gonna have to just fucking go?
Yes! Yes, Mew, go!
Be
Like
Prince-
when is another you have to. Yes.
I should, yes. I was
I hope your
Yay!
husband's into anime if you're gonna drag him to this.
Oh yeah, he's the one that got me into it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
he
makes
saw,
sense. You know,
It's-
you
he saw
girls need a
Death Note.
man to show them cool hobbies. We all know that. We all know that.
Yes, every cool thing that I have done in my life has come from a man. This is true.
Well, I mean, I feel comfortable making that joke because my ex, who I was with for like 15 years, like she like worked at Disney and she worked at another place, so she ended up getting really into comics and nerd stuff. So like, I'd go with her to comic book shops, and like everyone would always come to like, oh, what are you looking for? And every time, like I'm like, oh, I'm looking to make sure she has a good time. Please speak to the lady. And they're always like, oh, this is weird. I don't understand. She's why you're here.
It's
You're the
amazing.
one getting dragged. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Well, that's like 90% of male activity when we when we
This is true.
find our loved ones. It's like,
I will
excuse me,
say-
I'm here for her, not you.
Yes. I will say I am the one that bought the tickets to go see this in IMAX. So this tracks.
Yeah. Well,
All right, gang.
let's wrap this up so Toxic and I can talk about Wheels.
Yeah, so you guys can gush about Wheel of Time together. Jared, I'm so happy for you.
I have a Wheel of Time, friend. It's
Yeah, finally.
I mean, admittedly, picking that book did apparently just drive Canessa out of the book club, so like a rough trade-off. But
Oh, sheesh, no, I don't think so.
No! That's so funny.
1,000 pages was very much to ask for. Just saying.
No, you know what it did, Jared? It solidified the real ones. Now we all know that we're the ride or dies.
We're the
so.
cream. We're the cream.
Yeah. Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay. So,
All right,
so
bye guys.
have
Bye.
fun, enjoy your movie or show,
Yeah.
whatever it is, your
I see
anime.
you. Mew, go watch.
I should, yes.
Okay, Jared. So I started with the 5th book now. And I want to say the cover is so far my favorite one because it's like purple and greenish. So this is good. I love the 1st book. Like, no, Jared, really, I loved it. I think I needed 1 week to read it, to read through it. I was so it was so crazy that that Tavalon has fallen for me because the Amarillion. I hope it's called like this in English. Is this right?